When was the last time you were a mentor? No
Few months
answers?
back, few months back, I think last year, when there was a new joinee in our team, then I had to mentor him and bring him up to speed related to how we do in our
Perfect.
organization, related to our tools and everything.
Thank you. So these days I am becoming or I am playing the role of a mentee where I am trying to make sure that I hand over my project related documents, project related stuff to my new joinees who make sure that they run the project as smooth as possible with the best knowledge they acquired. Now, if you see the overall landscape of mentor mentee relationship, you would understand that it requires a lot of fine details to make it successful. First thing is the open mindset of both parties, where each of them are looking forward to learn from one another. In this case, let's say if I'm giving my best to train, to coach the new joinees, and if they are not coming up with an open mindset or with a learning mindset, the whole process is defeated. Along with this, what I see is the power to make sure that the overall scope of this activity is defined well in advance. So, as an first step, we draw a rough plan how we would be trying to achieve the end milestones by putting out points like X thing has to be done, Y thing has to be done, Y is dependent on X. We would need Y amount of time to complete the Y activity. This all was created and it gave us a rough estimate of around 2 to 3 months journey of handing over stuff to the new members. It's a very engaging activity when you give a clear thought of how, why, and what you want to achieve. In this case, how was very clear, why was very clear. The handover has to happen. How is by using various modes of uh, communication which is available. For example, Teams meeting in which we share, we collaborate, we understand. Second thing, project documentation. Third thing, learning about the domain via wide variety of sources like YouTube, internet, like the other softwares which are working in the same domain. All this forms the who, what, where, why. With this, I also understand that an equal check has to be put in. It should not be one way that I'm training the person and there's no feedback. So an equal check in response in a way of reverse KT should be also set up. The reason is if I am trying to explain certain thing which is perceived by the other party in a different way, it is completely a loss of activity. Why? Because his understanding and my sharing are altogether on a different page. So until and unless we have that check of having a reverse KT, help me what you have understood till now is set up. Definitely down the line, after the whole plan is executed, there may be a scenario where the person say, oh, my understanding was completely off on this. So this milestone also has to be incorporated in the learning journey. It's not just about training the other party. It's also training yourself. I realized that my communication skills were to be matched to the level of the the communication skills understood by the other party. So I cannot use fancy words because that person is not aware of those fancy words. I cannot use any gibberish or any technical language, so that uh, until and unless the conversation is as simple as a layman, it will not be correlated or related with the other party. So all this aspect of me also grooming in the process came into picture when I was doing this mentorship. Trust me, friends, it's a very fruitful exercise. Once you give your best into this, you try to understand what you need to pass or share, how would you share it, where would you share it, and also in the overall process, groom yourself, take yourself from this level to the next level. Mentorship, each and everyone has done it in some or the other way. Maybe in your college days, by passing out those tips and tricks to your juniors, understanding or getting those tips and tricks from your seniors. In the project, when you are new joinee, you are getting knowledge from somebody in the team, and when somebody else join after you, you pass on that knowledge to the relevant person. Also, it happens when you are part of a family. If you are having kids, you try to groom them, you make sure they are aware of the good, bad, what can be improved, how can they take their journey to their next potential. Everyone in this room has done some sort of mentorship. I was happy to get this opportunity and explore my hands in a specific setup of mentorship. I hope your mentorship journey is as rewarding as mine was. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.